Chief Justice assign a court bill. I mean, removal petition, no. Court on some day also. Very, very interesting. The court, no. All the 16 release, very interesting. Our grounds and also only grounds. Now, interestingly, no, ne lawyer or representative, no. Lawyer Godfred. Dame. Immediate pass attorney general be raise issues. No, akasa. Or someone more kase. Untimi nya na adwuma se lawyer ni no me de bebrel me te ho akere wakasa wachire ni enti onu na defend the chief justice in this issue against the state. Very interesting happenings in the court, and I'm there exclusively again and petition be na challenge the processes at President Mahama ne committee ni faso no Supreme Court tena asem no so and then omo kan me de nyina bre na ye more law Ndidinya bro on the critical knowledge channel. Make sure so be subscribe mama. O subscribe and click bell notification. Me the video be atuma ubehu na watimi ahwebi. Now let's go straight to the discussion. Enra before some of the Supreme Chief Justice latest motion ebe bro no. Enra Supreme Court tena ase. No mo tena ase no mo attend to two cases. Two cases no more attended to no more dismissing according to my Joe online report by a 4-1 majority decision. There's a judges 5 in the tenase. First case and a branch be friend to do Kofi Ata court or the petition command Supreme Court on a private citizen say process na person dey remove Chief Justice no no do dream say emfa kwemu Supreme Court tenase so no mo say the application unmeritorious and subsequently dismissed. Next, almost the petition, almost the two senyeni career imuha. Nyina so bi enim into ma twachene by a 4-1 majority decision. No me tena asem so no Justice Paul Bafuboni, acting Chief Justice, Isifu Moro Tanko Amadu, Justice Yoni Kolende, Justice Henry Anthony Kofi, Anna Yao Asaredakon. Now, Justice Yao Asaredakon kwa ye dissenting, ya ka 4-1 and that's a 4 na majority no. 5 in year rule ya can unanimous. One no aye dissenting into a majority decision. Now one no ye dissenting no your friend no Justice Yao Dakon or no de or any panel the petition ba na ya adwen say petition no nyina so obi wom sanity omu wie no. And the second case omo tena so no nipo filing case and adwumaku filing case no Center for Citizenship, Constitutional and Electoral Systems Sensec and also can say President Mahama suspension of the Chief Justice no court no and reverse it because the due process no ama so again no me no can say committee na adwuma wo ye no so no President Mahama en hot Onyai omomunyai committee na dwuma omo ye no Supreme Court tena asam so the same composition of the judges Justice Bafuboni, Justice Amedu Tanko, Justice Yoni Kolendi, Justice Anthony Kofi, Justice Yawa Saredakon almost ruled by a 4-1 majority decision. The only dissenting judge Justice Yawa Saredakon and also almost to chene said there be process the Supreme Court adwim no sa na ye dis article 146 am no kan de bia no sa no mediso no mu issue bia on it. Na me dwen sa akoda eno abeye 3-4 p.m. Anna the Chief Justice now suspended Justice get to talk on a file petition a call the Supreme Court to say committee no ma etena so no ono de Supreme Court no enya na enya adwen say omo qualify so omo betena na asem no so adan abrantie bi case bi a this week or the call Supreme Court kire say Justice Puaman on Justice Asiedu wa 5-member committee na President Mahama ate so omo hwehwe Chief Justice ne nsem no omo any petition no lawyer back from the Justice from Justice lawyer Tadio sorry any Justice Yoni Kolendi another Justice of the Supreme Court okonhu omo restaurant bia no mu didi abom tie earlier confused yabo case we go another case for Freddy Supreme Court and say committee na ya 5-member committee article 146 no say is it 2 justices of the Supreme Court na back ye chairman no members 3 na kan nya so mo ye MPs and nya so mo ye lawyers Auditor General, former Auditor General Yadom Levo Kahun again. We also Kahun, my memo Dinema, Justice James Sefa Jasi Ekahuna, Madam Flora Ekahun. Sa two justices, no, according to Abranti, no, all the case go Supreme Court say nunti enter process nim na a conflict of interest, no. Okohun ego restaurant. Say, sa two justices any petitioner somewhere the court do a couple chief justice and nam so a wakonya mane a wenyen. Lawyer back friend Tadio sorry. Any another justice of the Supreme Court, Yoni Kolendi, did wo restaurant be. No Jane say, obi a ye kasem. Na sa justice amona moti asem no so. Money petitioner lawyer did bomu die. Etwetwe na so kakra. Ono ni nyina so ne na asem a wo kan no. Okay. Enti chief justice say, ohwa sa ade na asina. Onye ntumu so obenya fair trial. Enti justice court poamai oye chairman of sa committee na yakohunu allegedly ko Abranti no ko ni oko good evening Ghana. Pardon much rebuza na picture won't me for picture na my idea. But o say chief justice say osha then that means that court poamai me man justice. Aha osha some phone na allegedly Abranti ni say wo twa wo no man justice. Again, the reliefs, you know, and I'm basing it based on breakdown of Professor Kwekwa Saria. We're breaking it down, my another relief when they say petitioners ne baako. Justice for my tatina sem so no tatina sem so really man. It's justice for my there. Debi. Ebenya President Akufo-Addo. Emo eyin friso. Eyin friso. Debi. Justice for my eyin friso. Because petitioners ne baako no. So Tahad na semba court ana justice for my ete ebua kwa nafa. Very interesting. Very interesting. Me menchemajo me lawyer ni mpasem. We live from the bow. Again, was a prima facie. Inyina so ye gina so ese committee nim hye ne ntoaso no. Prima facie no say unconstitutional. Ye nkyere no. Prima facie no committee ne nkyere no. Manapot ye omu gina so ka se prima facie no ma establish it. Also there be on a committee, no, there be. Prima facie no more establishing the sir. Until the right nomenclature will use in the petition, or so person say the prima facie has not been duly established. Duly established. Now, enra when in a question in the 16 reliefs are all fasono. My member back on Kahoma, Masumia Mude. Okay, my member back on Kahoma. Or say public hearing. Say. Article 146 and say process when I in camera na oyusu the mandamus wedding law with a shall. Ye kasa shall and on machine read them to say kashal a mandatory and obligatory. Say process in there say the damn and say babonting. Chief Justice say well we been right. Say na bonting. And what dear meet match remagen kakra. Na maraka kra minim say ye kasa there a show a mandamus. Sada na nkobia beka se ne ye chemia enfa me nkokọ tru medima asam no baby fufuro da bi entu kan article 146 na o se shall mandamus. So let me read article 146 for you on that provision, you know. Yes, article 146 or say article 146 or say all proceedings under this article shall be held in camera. And the justice or chairman against whom the petition is made to be heard in his defense by himself or by a lawyer or other expert of his choice. And the ben dem ba wo kwan sa wo de wo mra nim ni ebedi wanim di aba. And to say shall hwe baby o kan say betimi suspend chief justice tie na law ne kan say where a petition has been referred to a committee under this article, the president may. It may is discretionary. But edu baby o say be holding the camera and or you so shall, which is mandamus. Very interesting. Tell what there. Pemema dimune there. E what there me just on background. Ne aka ne there. It is for the gentleman to adduce evidence so ko picture no. Yampa picture bi wo ho e kire sa. Supreme Court gitum say conflict of interest won be decide. Again the prima facie so me dwen say atwam de there but ma me nte ne ho ase. It is also her right to go through that motion. Now another interesting I'm going to say the former attorney general Godfrey Damina representing Mami. And I join for Busan was na mo na mo kan. Petitioners and lawyers and mo show mu ye.
If there is any group of people have politicized this process. It is the NDC government. Look at the band of lawyers representing the petitioners. Mr. Tashishikata, Mr. Tadosori, a lawyer who has gone on record of representing all NDC figures the past 8 years, and who very much associated with the NDC. Oliver Bakavomo, a young man who recently rose to popularity on account of all kinds of attacks against the NPP government, and who very much has been associated with the NDC, worked with President Mahama in his office, and all that. These are people who are prosecuting the Chief Justice. And I think that it's about time that good men in this country stood for what is righteous and what is right. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, if there's any Attorney General who, right from his appointment, has stood up for the judiciary and has spoken against attacks on the independence of the judiciary, it is myself.
Yes, so that's good for them. What's the petitioners in the NDC for? That's what you're in the NDC. Ah, or NDC. Or something that you get to NDC. Petition me no me call court. No di ma. Oliver Bakama one name away and so no yes NDC baba power. Ana Evans Ibusana say, buy Attorney General. So what can so be NDC niya? So who's NPP Attorney General? Into co defend him, that's my no NPP ni.
But Godfred, you admit though that the fact that you represent the Chief Justice now, in the same vein as you point out to Chachushikata and his relationship with the NDC, also in many people's eyes, as far as the optics is concerned, almost then aligns the Chief Justice with the MPP.
Pardon?
I'm saying that the fact that you admit though that the fact that you now represent the Chief Justice, as far as the optics are concerned, the same way you cite Chachuchika.
Which optics? I'm citing the fact that it's a matter of principle.
I haven't finished my question. That it, in many people's eyes, it immediately aligns the Chief Justice with the MPP.
It is totally erroneous and must be corrected. And it is about time that the proper thing is stood for in this country. And we cannot let people mislead the public and then let it go uncorrected. And I'm making the point that indeed the action I've taken is consistent with all actions I've taken right from the first day I was even appointed as Attorney General. I remember my inaugural speech at the Ghana Bar Association in 2021, Bogatanga. A very significant part of it was devoted to protection of the independence of the judiciary and to ensure that attacks on independence of the judiciary, as we are witnessing now, do not occur. So indeed, what I'm doing now is very much in tune and consistent with all I've stood for.
I mean, so Godfred,
all my life. The point I'm making is that indeed it is not about just Tokunu.
Yeah, no, but you're saying
it is not about just Tokunu at all. It is about ensuring that this unwarranted attack on independence of the judiciary is fought off.
Yeah, I mean,
I construe all that has been happening as a very calculated effort on the past NDC government to attack the independence of the judiciary and shape it in the manner that they desire.
Yes, Godfred, I said that or not they will defend it because the chief or the judiciary must be defended. Very interesting narratives. But this is the brief and this is what is happening when it comes to the case against the learned Chief Justice, Madam Justice Gertrude Tokunu. Media Makaima no Quine, all the avenues, or Beko Court no best security release in Yaman the Quine no Yenina. Court in the rule, court in rulia. Let's all abide by it and go for it. So this will be my take on the subject. Make also best subscriber, most subscriber click the notification, with the video be at my behuno it must be from you to say to send the American show. See you, mammy. Ghana here, miss me here. Bye bye.